Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the week of March 28th. Now Sag, do keep in mind this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Sag, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. You have the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess popping out of the deck, which I just felt like saying that. I normally don't take those pop-outs, but I'll be interested to see if those cards come back in as we clarify. Do hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. And yes, I will be back with my normal deck of cards in the future, but I felt guided to use the Rider-Waite Tarot here for this week, and also looks better on the wood grain background. So let me make sure everything's in view and then we'll get right into it. I think that looks good enough to me. So Sagittarius, some type of nice offer potentially coming in here. I really like the energy on this reading. Going back to that High Priestess and the Knight of Wands, it's like for some of you here, there's clearly like a move. If it's not actual travel, which is not going to be for everybody, you're making moves in your life. Like you're making career moves, you're making money moves, you're making moves in your life. And it's going to be important for you as you make these as you take these steps, as you make these different moves. It's going to be important for you that you trust yourself, you trust your guidance, you trust your intuition that's coming into your life. I feel pretty strongly about that for whatever reason for some of you. Now, that's kind of my opening thoughts, but let's go ahead and dive right into this. So right away in the middle, you have this Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is, this talks about potentially some type of career or job offer coming in. This is the biggest card that you would want to get if you're looking for a new job. This would suggest that you've like put in resumes, like you've dusted off the resume, you've put in applications, like you've done those sorts of things. And this may be word that you're going to come in for an interview. This could also just generally be word that there's a job available as well. If it's not about that, what the Page of Wands can do is it can just bring good news generally into your life. This can also say that there is achievement on the horizon. If you take a look here, do you see the mountains in the background? Mountains can mountains can represent your ability to achieve in the future. And they are kind of in the distance. I don't know if they're mountains or they're sand dunes. I'm gonna go with mountains in this case. It could be either or, but the point being is that those mountains represent you needing to potentially overcome something, right, in the future, and your successful ability to do that. So this may mean that you find a new job. I normally don't bring those in to this reading, but I felt like bringing it in. It's like maybe you find a job and it requires you to use a different type of skill set or use a different type of something. Like you have to do something different. And that may be the challenge here that you may be called on to overcome in the future. Let's go ahead and take a look at the past. So in the past, you have this 10 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. The 10 of Cups is like total joy. It's total happiness. It is a windfall of good times, good happiness, good energy, good vibes, good things happening. The vibes are high when you get the 10 of Cups. It can also represent good family energy as well, just generally good family. You can see the happy family here. I mean, look, they have their hands in the air, they're hugging each other, their children are dancing. It talks about good family energy or just a really nice energy of happiness and of pure joy and good emotions in your life. The 10 of Cups can also talk about abundance, as you see the house in the background as well. And so for some of you here, it's almost like there's been the fulfillment of something in your life, the fulfillment of something in your life that has brought you joy in the past. And what I really like is that you have this here combined with this 8 of Pentacles, which is potentially dedicating yourself to a task, but more importantly, it's the major talent card in the tarot. It says that you have some sort of extreme talent, gift, skill, or ability that keeps you well provided for. And actually, this person can also be said that this person is making career advancements. So it's almost like for some of you here, there has been a career advancement, or there has been something where you've maybe even recognized that you have a lot to offer. You have a lot to bring to the table here. You have a lot to bring to the bench. As you can see, this person's working at the workbench, and some of you may have realized a career accomplishment in the past. In the future, you have the Hermit and the Queen of Wands. So if I can pick these cards up, I will show you. So the Hermit is somebody who's kind of on this solo journey within the universe. They are alone in the cosmos right now, but the reason being is that because they are searching for answer. They are a seeker of knowledge. And the Hermit might go into purposeful isolation. They may cut out the outside noise so that they can better listen to what's going on internally here, what's going on inside of them. And at the end of the day, they find that the light is not only within the lantern, but it's also within themselves. And so they have knowledge, right? The Hermit says that in the future position here, that you are working towards self-mastery, especially as you have this Eight of Pentacles, similar cards, dedication to a task, becoming a master, and same with this Hermit energy here in the future. You have the Queen of Wands too, which, Queen of Wands, take a look, we have this sunflower, happiness, right? But really what this means is that you are shining bright here in the future. You may quite literally be in the spotlight. The Queen of Wands rather, is extremely comfortable being in the spotlight. By the way, it doesn't matter what gender you are, you can take on the aspects of all of these cards. But the Queen of Wands is a card of attraction. They are quite good at attracting a whole bunch of stuff into their life, not just people, but also opportunities. And the way that the Queen of Wands does that is by being their authentic self, not trying to be anybody else, being who they truly are, being unequivocally the Queen of Wands. And so for some of you, this could be your energy here. We are looking at a fire sign, you are a fire sign, and the Queen of Wands could be any sort of fire sign. But let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Eight of Cups, you have the Four of Cups, you have the Tower, and you have the Three of Swords. Okay. So, curveball, that's all right. You know, it's never, there very rarely is there ever a straight line between point A and point B in life. And, you know, that's what's going on here with this Tower moment, I feel. So, look, I've said this before in other readings, but I'm going to say it again. The Tower really is a blessing in disguise, and it would be wise, I can't tell you what to do, but it would be wise to look at the Tower this way. Look, there are no doors on this Tower, okay? And the reality is that these two people that are falling from the Tower, they had no way of getting out. Okay, they had constructed a prison for themselves. And now this lightning bolt comes in and gives them a way out. Yeah, they're falling, but maybe they'll survive the fall, right? And so the point being is the Tower can be more about a revelation. It can be more about a blessing in disguise coming into your life than it can be about doom and gloom scenarios. And so keep that in mind. It can be an upheaval. It can be a shock. It can be a curveball. But how you respond is going to be extremely important. For some of you, if you are in a relationship, this may be the end of that. Never love to read about that, but that could certainly be coming in here because you do have this Three of Swords, which represents separating from heartbreak, or going through heartbreak, healing from heartbreak, like going through a separation. And you do have the Hermit as well, which in love context, the Hermit is somebody who's solo, someone who's on their own, that can be somebody who's maybe single. And so this could certainly come forward for some of you. Try to keep in mind that this most likely will be a blessing in disguise. The fact that you have it with the Tower, will it be shocking for some people? Yeah, it might. It might be. You may even be surprised. But for others of you, what could be happening here is there could be the separation between you and a job. Between you and a career. We have you walking away here with this Eight of Cups. And we also take a look. We have, this person's walking towards new timelines, right? Walking towards new horizons. And like I said, the mountains here is, this can be symbolism for your ability to achieve great heights, to go to summit mountains, to climb mountains, right? And the Four of Cups person is somebody who's maybe a little bit bored, somebody who's kind of like sort of sitting under the tree, someone who's sort of not moving forward. They're thinking about the 3 cups here on the grass, but they're not recognizing that there's this new opportunity. And so you have a new opportunity with this Page of Wands. For some of you, this is you leaving a job, taking a new one. For some of you, this is leaving a career and starting your own thing. Or leaving, like maybe you're an accountant and now you want to do design, or you want to become a designer or something, or you want to become a YouTuber. Like this is you leaving what you used to do. Let's move up the pyramid here. You have the 5 of Cups, you have the Magician, and you also have the 5 of Swords. All right, so 5 of Cups, somebody who is sitting in disappointment here. Similar to this 4 of Cups, it's like this 4 of Cups person, if they do not work through this feeling of boredom and apathy, it will spill over to straight up disappointment, right? Which is where you are next with the 4 and the 5 of Cups. And the thing is, this is in the past, which I really like. This is just driving home the point that you are walking away from disappointing situations, disappointing like timelines. You're embracing happier timelines here. You have this 5 of Swords, which is potentially somebody who is going through a defeat, going through a loss. But the thing about the 5 of Swords is whatever challenge is coming your way, it does say that you will be much stronger on the other end of it. And so just recognize that sometimes, you have to go through, sometimes you have to fall to rise, right? Sometimes you have to go through big challenges. And oftentimes it's in those challenging moments, in those periods of time where we become much stronger, where we become much better. You have this Magician here as well. The Magician is a master manifester. You can see all the tools are on the table, right? You have all the tools, Sagittarius. Everything you need is here. It's up to you to use those tools to manifest whatever it is that you want in this lifetime, which you can. You absolutely can. Especially as you have some of these energies here, especially as of this 8 of Pentacles, 2 cards of skill with the Magician and the 8 of Pentacles. So let's see what else we have. You have the Knight of Swords and you have the Devil. So the Knight of Swords tells you to act. It tells you to seize the day, take advantage of opportunities, but on the same hand, it does say, do not be impulsive. Do not be impulsive. Do not act impulsively. Go for it. Don't let things slip away, but try to be careful that whatever it is that you're doing, you feel confident doing. You feel confident in acting, right? Don't act out of impulse. And so it's an interesting message when you get the Knight of Swords, but there is something around you needing to go for it, because the Magician in their shadow, which may be coming forward because you have the Devil energy with it as well. The Magician in their shadow is somebody who's maybe a little bit lazy. Like they have the skill, they have all the talent in the world, they have everything that they need, but they might not act. And so there's this big message of you acting, especially as you have this, where is that? The 4 of Cups here as well. You have the Devil, which the Devil is a card of our shadows. It's also tricky energy, but it's something that we know we need to stop doing, or something that we know we need to do, which for you is acting. So let's see what else we have here. Let's see what's at the top of the pyramid. Oh my gosh, the Ace of Wands. So take a look here. You see this castle in the distance. Castles are reminders of rewards that are yet to come. It's a reminder of what we can achieve in the future. It's a reminder that we can have this castle in the future. And the Ace of Wands says that if you have some sort of big idea, to go for it, because conditions are favorable to go for it. The Ace of Wands is a huge card of turning passions into profits, starting side hustles, starting businesses, or just starting anything. It's the best card that you would want to find if you're looking to physically start something, or just literally get started on anything. You also here have this 2 of Swords. Get out of your minds, all right? Remove the blindfold. Move out of indecision, because that's the big theme here. You have all the tools, you have all the skill, you have all the talent, you have all the resources necessary. Now it's time to go for it. Now it's time to act. So Pretty amazing reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading.